Just let's see. I gotta get this started. First, I gotta dry it out. First, I'm gonna grab me a proper camera holder, not this thing, but I'm gonna sit you right there for a second. And I'm gonna grab the 6 gallons and pour those in. I wiped it. Hefty 6-gallon. Let's see. And I'm just kind of creating my own cinnamon recipe based around the one I've been working with. It's it's been good, but you know, there's just not enough cinnamon. I can't taste the cinnamon like I want to, and and another problem I have with that recipe is there's like barely any body, and I don't know, it's just something off about it. So I'm gonna tackle it with my own ideas and not follow any set destined recipe written by someone else who may have tried and failed several times and came up with that recipe. What works for one person doesn't always work for the other. I'm gonna go ahead and start the water, but we gotta get some in there first. Oh, that's heavy. That happens. I basically went ahead and wrote down my grain bill. Got some melody malt burning a hole in my pocket. I'm gonna throw that in there. I got that little bit for sparging. Now, so that water is dedicated to this. And yeah. So I gotta put together a fermenter. I guess I'll do that after we put together the grain bill and grind it up. There's gonna be some downtime, so we'll be taking a break. I gotta bake some pizzas when my girlfriend gets back. That's not set properly. One time I pushed the damn thing in wrong and I had to bend it out. And don't judge me. I just washed all the dishes so my hands are nice and clean, but I gotta put this thing in correctly because I had to bend it back after I unbent it. So I don't want to do that again. It's not fun. And the water will be just fine. It's gonna be boiled and my hands are clean, so yeah. Anywho, can't be scared to get your hands in there. Alright, I got 2 burners working this bitch. Shit. Could go ahead and put a 4th. Nah. That would just be a lot of wasted heat. 2 burners is enough. Thought about trying to do 3, but that's plenty. I mean, look. Woo! That didn't work. Boom and a boom. So, alright, let's go ahead and I gotta take the phone jacket off here so I can apply my thingy. Hold on. Sorry. Alright, so yeah. Go ahead and hook this guy up right here. Or burn it, either way. Just helps me having it on this little guy so I can adjust things. I guess I like putting you guys over here. I'll just have to remove the whiskey. Put you guys right here actually, because I'm getting ready to put together the grains. because I already wrote the recipe. I'll go over the recipe and explain my thought processes, what little bit of thought process there was to this recipe. All right, whatever with the camera. So I just kind of jotted these down. I don't know what percentage this is going to land at. Let's just see what happens, shall we? A little bit of fun. Never hurt anybody. So I'll just read it out here. Got 3 pounds of two-row, 8 ounces of chocolate, 6 ounces of roasted barley, pound of wheat, 8 ounces of crystal 120, 12 ounces of carapils, 8 ounces of aromatic, half a pound of biscuit, pound of Vienna, pound of Amaris, and half a pound of Melanie. So, thought process. Don't really care if this is a high percentage beer. I want it to be a beer you can drink 4 or 5 of and not be wasted. But I'm sure even with this, let's see, I got 5, 6, 7, like 9 pounds. So we're probably going to come up with something around 6%, 7%. If I mash like I've been mashing. So that's going to be just fine. 6% is right on the money where I want to be. If I'm being honest about it, I like 6%. Most of the brews and stouts I can buy at the market are about 6%. Okay, so I gotta drill a hole in that. Let's see. Go ahead and get out my trusty scale and all that jazz. Looking at buying bourbon barrel chips on Amazon. I think I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Let's see. Crazy kitty, don't mess with me here. This is a pretty solid. You always want to weigh your stuff on a nice flat solid surface. If the numbers change drastically while it's sitting, then you've got a problem. All right, so I gotta get the 2-row Vienna, which is back here. And chocolate. Chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate. We got 2-row. Again, I ain't even gonna grind this until the water's heated up. Oh yeah. Well, whatever. I'm gonna weigh it out. Go ahead and weigh out my pound of Vienna. Only about 3 or 4 pounds left of that. Gotta get some Munich malt. Oh, come on now. Damn it. Did I not charge you up enough? Since, like, I don't even remember when. It's literally been that long. It's been a long effing time. This thing's very stout battery. Okay. Vienna, check. 2-row, 3 pounds of this. I could go heavier. We'll see what the bucket looks like when I get done. I'm going to 4 pounds. So I figure I don't need a lot of 2-row. I mean, I'll have 5 pounds base grade basically. So Even if that only ends up extracting a 4% beer, it'll be my first 4% beer, and then I can call it a mild, and I'll call it a cinnamon mild porter. But with the wheat, that makes it a 6 pound, and the wheat's going to give it head retention, which is why I put it. I think I get it a full pound. Yes. All right. So this is getting 8 ounces of chocolate. Not much, just a little bit for color. We don't want to go crazy here. Not trying to get chocolate flavor, we're trying to get cinnamon flavor. Don't want any battling flavors. The thing, chocolate malt basically emulates whatever you throw at it. Alright. And then I got a pound of wheat malt back there. And it's mirror solder, and hopefully the cat doesn't find the opportunity to jump on those. I need to just make a damn American wheat beer. The problem is, well, I might do that when I get all my hops and get 6.5 pounds. It'll have to be like Sunday at the earliest. I'm probably not doing anything till Monday again. Okay, so we're going to 5 pounds, 8 ounces with this. Okay. If the temperature on the water gets up above like 120, I might just go ahead and toss them in there. Because I'm crazy. Alright, so that's all we got in the back area. And put these back. So what I'm looking for, the original recipe had like some carrot pills in there, and the Crystal 120 was in there, and the aromatic was in there, but it wasn't giving me a good like full mouthful. I'm gonna drink a stout. Well, it was technically a labeled porter, so fair enough, but I want this to be a stout. I want a nice, thick, full body, like motor oil, and very sweet cinnamon. Not a subtle cinnamon, not a spicy cinnamon, a sweet cinnamon. And not a cinnamon bun or any of that crap either. I want just straight cinnamon. So now we need the mirror solder, and that, and the aromatic, and the biscuit, and the melony. Could go victory malt. Got some. I feel like if I go put everything that's special, then it won't be special. Grab those 3 listed. Melody. Biscuit. Melody or aromatic and Maris. Still gotta grab biscuit out of the closet. Some for the dog. Half a pound of this. 5.8. Come on now. Don't fall asleep on me. 1.6. This stuff just smells good. Could go a little heavier. Maybe that in the future. We'll see. I'm hoping to get some kind of amber malt tones from this. And also it's like with a Baltic porter, you get a good mouthfeel. Why? I don't know. My theory is because they like to use a light, because the Melanie malt is technically a Crystal 30 basically. Aromatic's basically dark Munich, so, and that's why I also go with Maris Otter and Vienna, because those both are kind of like that too. 6.8. it's nice to keep track of this experience. I like that I can just film the entire process. You know, obviously I have to take a few breaks because we don't want to sit and watch water boil together. That's boring. I got, you know, to make dinner still. But it's just nice to go back for reference. I can look at all the little things I did right and wrong later down the line when I'm drinking it. Maybe I'll just like sit here and drink it and watch myself and review the beer and talk about it and stuff. 7, 8 is where we're going here. It's good to keep your mind on the task. If you're ADD like me, shit's made up. Don't tell anybody. I might get banned. They might censor me for saying even that. I'm not kidding. Anybody happy with the fascist state of things lately? I know I'm not. But I'll shut the fuck up. BRB. Yeah, Canada's looking real nice. At least most of them are on the same page. All except for one country now. I've lifted it's like 5 of them. 5 provinces said, no, we're done. We hear you. So like 8 pounds of biscuit malt. This stuff just smells like peanut butter, which is why I'm like, oh, right, either they're Victory or biscuits, but I think they're the same thing. I was about to say, what the hell is that noise? Sound like a damn, like, I don't know. It's creepy. Because I'm here all alone, except for with the dog and cat. And they're both basically sleeping. They got the mirror on the closet door swinging around. It's creepy. Creepy. Alright, then I gotta grab myself the crystal malt and the carrot pills. Have to be underneath a bunch of stuff right now. Oh yeah, and the roasted barley. All right, let's see. We're doing the black potted. No, not roasted barley. Need just a teeny bit of, yeah, 6 ounces. We're gonna 8 6. Need a new bag, please. This is not good at all. I think I did put it in a new bag. Luckily. God, I hate grocery bags. I would just find me an old, large, gigantic malt bag. 2 ounces. 1 ounce. Okay, fine. About out of roasted barley. I'm going to have to go get some. Good stuff, though. Love it. So this is going to just give it a little bit of that hint of bitter. I don't really know. Coffee flavors, maybe. Little hints of coffee. Background stuff. Just added depth. Probably completely unnecessary for my goal, but it's also kind of like the SRM is going to be pretty see-through without that also, because there's only 8 ounces of chocolate. Got my 120. We got 8 ounces of that too. Oh God, now I gotta do math. It'll be 14. Go to 8, 14. Please don't go over that. There it is. Then we need to go ahead and get ourselves up. Let's see. Melanie check, Maris check, Vienna check, biscuit check, or aromatic check, carrot pills. Wheat, yes. Roasted chocolate, 2-row. Carrot pills, 12 ounces of carrot pills. So yeah, being how I made an 11% beer and the daggone bucket was about full, I don't want an 11% beer. I want something that's gonna, like, I can drink and not fall asleep after the second one. So this is 8 ounces again. Or no, this is 12 ounces. So we'll go to 9 ounces, 9 pounds, 10 ounces. Now see, for most other people, this would make like a 3-4% beer right here. According to the recipes I'm looking at, it's like, I'm lucky in that regard, because these grains are, they add up. I spent a good chunk of change on them. All right, so that is the grain bill. I'd say that's going to be a 6 to 7% just based off how much I got in the barrel there, if you want to call that a barrel. Now, let me go ahead and put these back, and then I'm going to stack that in the, or push that in. I'll check the temp of the water first. Let's see what my temp is. If the water's up high enough, I'm going to go ahead and start grinding. So I've never actually heated from 110. Needs a little longer. But yeah, I've never actually used both burners. And I usually just start with one burner in the lid. So yeah, we'll cap this and I'm gonna take a little break. Let the thing heat up. Turn on the oven probably. That'll get it really warm in here. Do a couple things. But yeah, about half to even a third of a bucket right there for my brew in a bag method. That'll get me, hell, I'll be happy if it's 5%. I really don't mind. But that's while I got you guys here. I'm going to build this real quick. I'll show you what is involved in making a brew bucket. Just bought this today. So I'll go ahead and do that. Got my nice trusty 1/2 inch bit, spade bit. Let me adjust this so you guys can watch properly. This is a bad angle. And I know you guys are tired of looking at it like that. Those of you tuning in the future. Okay, anyway. 24 minutes in. Come on, guys. Where you all at? Where y'all at? You hurt my feelings. Alright. Well, this is just a brew video for the future. If nothing else, personal reference. Everybody else can do whatever they want. I missed the couch. Alright. Yes. Get this done and then we'll check the water again because it might be, like I said, if it's over 125, 130, 135, I'm willing to go ahead and drop my grains right in that and let it heat up to 158 on the sous vide at that point. This is how I've been doing it. Chances are always there to fuck something up, but should be fine. That's a tough bucket lid. That's how I start that. Now, got a nice hole. Take this daggone stabby thing off before somebody gets pricked. See, I'm mixing up stuff here. We ain't just brewing beer. I'm making equipment. It's cheaper that way. Whole bucket with a lid now costs you $7 these days. It's kind of ridiculous. If you ask me, a whole bucket should cost about $2. Because I remember you could just, there was a long time there where I didn't pay for a single dollar for a bucket. I'd go find one. But for this process, you want an untouched, unscathed bucket. You don't want to end up with like even an old pickle bucket would be gross, you know. All right, so now I got these little flecks here. So what do I do about that? Well, I get me a trusty lighter. And I light my pinky up. No. Actually, I might get a damn razor blade on that. Good enough. Yeah, I could get a razor and scraper, but then I might be scratching the lid, and I don't want to really do that. I'm just trying to soften those up. There. Not applying pressure, just getting it to where it fits. And spinny round, spinny round. Alright, there's still some little buttholes there. This is not the cleanest bucket lid job I ever did, but it'll work. It isn't. I'm not sitting here like, oh no, oh shit, my $3 lid, holy shit, I fucked it all up. No, I don't give a fuck. And this, most of the time, won't even get beer wort even like on it. Sometimes it goes on the lid, but you'll see a lot of krausen on the top of the lid at times. Here's one way to look at it. It's not like what people say about infection and all that is wrong. You definitely want to be hyper aware of these things, but at the end of the day, if you're pitching a giant fucking packet, you're pitching one whole packet at a beer bucket, 5-gallon bucket, or more, chances are likely, they're in the favor of the yeast. There's only going to be, it's going to be a battle. The yeast and some migrant worker who fucking, let me not, that sounds like it could be racist. What I'm trying to say is, you know, like, oh no, like one speck of dust got trapped in this crack and now it's going to battle an entire army of yeast and win? I don't think so. Whew, I'm getting hungry. It's going to be time for dim down soon. Let's see where temp is. since I did that 120. Still a little early. I like to go, I don't really mess with it till I haven't messed with it until it gets to about 140. I'm gonna go ahead and, I already washed this, but let me go ahead and rinse this off so there's no sand in the fermenter. Or not, it's not a fermenter. I'm talking about this sanitation bucket, which I just refreshed it today. I don't know if y'all see this. It's just a plastic bin that fits one of these lids. I put 6 gallons of the hot water in there. It doesn't have to be hot. I just like using hot water to start. It makes me feel good mentally. This is what I use. Oh no, this is not what I've been using this other stuff. Hiding from me. Been using this because this gets flavors out. Like if you have a pickling bucket that you use the powdered brewer's wash and rinse it out real good. Put this on it with, it's like an ounce per 3 gallons. So like where Star Sand is like 1 ounce per 5 gallons or something. But I just like that better because it's low foam. So you can literally sanitize your bottles, drain them, and the foam doesn't stay behind. Now you can say don't fear the foam till the cows come home. I'm not scared of it. I've drank plenty of it, especially sharing with other homebrewers or going to homebrew events where people are passing around their brews. Yeah, there's going to be a fuck ton of sanitizer in there. I like making my beer with as little extra bullshit in there as possible. If I'm going to put something in there that's extra, it's going to be fucking extra good. Like She Legit or Irish Moss versus Horse Hooves, World Flock, whatever the hell that is. It's like whatever. That's people bitch about those things being in wine. It was like a vegan meetup, and they used wine with that stuff in it. And the vegans didn't find out till after they ate, and they were very very upset with you, person, and they just like ended up blocking all the vegan people or whatever. Like, hey, live and learn. Anywho, yeah, I'm going to. Let's go ahead and hook up the grain. Go ahead and grind that out for your viewing pleasure. We'll do it over here this time. Go right here in the center. Let's see if you'll be able to see me. Yeah, that'll look. It's a different angle. I like different angles. I don't know why that's the champagne bucket. I don't know what to call this, but I just named it the champagne bucket. So if I ever say champagne bucket again, you know what I'm talking about. That makes no sense though. If anything, it's a bottle. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you put a bunch of ice in there for maybe it is a champagne bucket. No, I didn't think that through. I just spurted it out. Blurted it. All right. Yeah, my hunger has made itself well known. Let me go ahead and hook the damn thing up to it. Yeah. 120. I bet next time I check it'll be 130. We can probably just roll with it. Started at 130. Maybe I'll extract it, and it's so good I get 9 ABV with just this much grain. It's wow. If you can fill up this thing once, you gotta decent beer no matter what, they say. Even if it turns out to be 3.5% because your yeast took a shit on you halfway through the job. Hey, there's a beer called Mild, and it's all the rave. It used to be a long time ago. It's becoming one again. Along with non-alcoholic beer, surprisingly. Just being hard-headed. Shit. Then they went to war. I say silly things when I'm hungry. Alrighty then. You shouldn't pull plugs out of the wall like that. Alright. So that's ready to go. This is probably at like 130, 135. The 2-burner method is very fast. Let's see what. 136. That's pretty impressive, actually. I'm gonna start doing it that way. Get the thing rolling faster. Hell, I might start taking the sous vide out at that step and just going ahead and doing the 2 burners with the lid on to get it going, right? But I'll have to hot spider in there. Not really how that works. Alright. I know, ooh, I just picked something up and took it from the floor and put it on the counter. It'll be okay. I promise. All these things are getting boiled later. You know, I heard you can take grains and spritz them down. Let me go ahead and move you guys up and over. You can spritz your grains and make them, let's see, where is my power? Good, yeah. You can spritz your grains first before you throw them through the miller, supposedly, and that gets you extracting even more sugar, which, shit. You can also go through it a third time. Now, I don't know if anybody tuned in last night or knows anything about last night, but I discovered I had, with at least last night's brew, I was, according to my OG now, the yeast could fall short of its job and I could end up with something less than 11%. But 11 pounds, 10 ounces got me a starting gravity of 1.083, and I do not bullshit. And I think it's because of my sparge step where I literally put all of my weight on there, and I don't put more than, like, at the most I'll do like maybe a half gallon of water for the sparge step, pouring onto the grains, making sure it gets squeezed through the bag, not just running off the side. Anywho, who knows what the future holds for these live intermissions. We may find that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and I end up with a bunch of weak beer. And if so, oh well, I haven't yet to brew any weak beer. Once I had a pretty girl, her name, it doesn't matter. No, one time I turned on the back burner while this cord's hanging here. I don't know if y'all see that. And it about melted the cord. It's, to this day, has a, like a iffy spot on the cord where I'm just like, don't touch that while it's on. But it doesn't, the wire didn't get exposed, so I think it's okay. Pull this guy out and not burn myself. Because the sous vide is. Hey, that made it happy. Let's go ahead and do this one on low and this one off. Okay. That's good there. We'll bag it, tag it. And then I'll just be stirring in my grain. And then letting it soak for like an hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. So I'll take a break probably then, unless there's, at this point in my brew, I would take some Q&A. Once I get this going. Let's see, tell it to get to the strike tempo. 158, even though we're not striking shit. We just literally want it. Alright then, what are you making that noise about, huh? The bottom dropping out? No. 145 on the sous vide. So that's where we're mashing in at, technically, is 145-ish. That's my strike. And there's only 9 pounds here, so I can literally pour all of it in. It's really not a problem. I'll leave a little bit behind. Okay, I guess that being a little show-offy, but literally it doesn't matter. There's going to be so much space. No, actually, all right, my first brew in this method was 10 pounds of 2-road. And don't you know, I ended up with 7.75% beer. This is 9 pounds, so even if I land at 7%, I'll be totally stoked. And I'm not expecting even that. I'm expecting, again, I want something around 6%. That is my intention. So that also affects the beer. if I was intending to get a 3% beer, the chances are unlikely that I will, unless I let this steep for 20 minutes and take it out. I'll be lucky if I get 2% at that point. But no, I'm going to track it with my refractometer. You can track it with iodine, but that's a little tricky. I started off doing that. I figured I'll just keep the iodine. Maybe I can turn it into sanitizer or something later. Let me put this away. The refractometer. See, I can read it right after I get this all stirred in good. Make sure there's no clumps. We give a lot of good swipes back and forth. Yeah, this would be good. Nice brown head. Now see, I'm going to infuse the fuck out of this beer with cinnamon. And in fact, I'm going to mash in some cinnamon right now because I want to taste the fucking cinnamon. I don't like it that I didn't. It's like cinnamon's an afterthought in the last ones. Like, no, I want that to be, oh yeah, this is a cinnamon beer. Like, I taste it. So I'm going to crush me. I only have a little bit of uncrushed sticks. See how much powder I got. I'm so unprepared. Well, that's okay. That's what secondary is good for, too. Alright, so I'm going to crush half a cinnamon stick up for the mash. And I'm going to give it, I guess I'm going to use this one. Put it in the damn coffee grinder. And crush up that for the mash. Let's see. I'm trying to think out loud because, like, I'm just designing this. I don't know about my hop set. I'll look at that. I guess a little bit of coffee bean ride in there. Hopefully it doesn't taste like damn cinnamon mocha, but if I'm gonna pick cinnamon mocha over cinnamon bun, okay? Don't like the cinnamon bun. Used to love it, but I want my cinnamon to taste like a damn stick of cinnamon. Not a spicy, red hot, just a nice fluffy, like cinnamon cake or something. I don't fucking know. Good enough. Oh. Nice cinnamon coffee. I wouldn't be upset if it just has cinnamon coffee flavor. You can't hardly see that. Let me get a little light. Shed a little light on the issue here. Where did I put the damn lighter down at? Watch my own. There we go. I need a damn cell phone to use, but you guys have. You still can't really fucking see. I'm terrible at this. I'll work on that. I'm just trying to get my foot, just trying to get the motions down. There. Cinnamon and a little coffee. Just a tiny bit. Won't matter. Now, plan on putting all the cinnamon in the house in there. I'm going to do some in the last 10 minutes with Irish moss. And we're going to do some at the World Flock 170 or whatever. I got to select some hops that are going to have the earthy tones to help back my Brew cinnamon stick. You ever met cinnamon stick? He's my Brew. I don't know why the fuck I said that. It's already at 154 degrees. Let's check our bricks before it's too late. Before it's already started. I'll give you guys you guys can look with me. I'll show you the bricks in a second. Oh man, I didn't clean it off from last time. Yes, for those wondering, I have a bottle washer connected to the sink so that I can just pick up the sprayer at any time and spray. And the line stays pressurized at the end of the line or whatever. So I push that and it sprays. And I just keep the water on. Works great. So starting out, I'm thinking we're looking at like 3, 4 bricks. Could be like 5. All right, I'm getting a lot of dirt there. Not dirt, but probably like 3. 2.5. So we're starting at 2.5, and then we're going to track it. We're going to monitor it every 15 minutes, every half hour, until it shows me that it's not going to change or fluctuate anymore. Like, you know, if I see it at, say, 11 bricks, and then I check it a half hour later and it's still 11 bricks, I'll call it done. Okay, now it's at 3, I guess. Temp does play a bit of a role. You saw it. Somebody liked this video. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that crap. Don't make me sing the YouTube song. I don't like it. In fact, I'm looking at moving off of YouTube. This is temporary. Now, if things get back in order, I could stay on YouTube, but I don't see that happening. I see myself moving on to something like Rumble in the future. Because that's just where everybody's going to end up. Kind of like everybody's going to be off of Facebook in another year. Just give it another month or 2, you'll see things start to develop. All right. So we got 3 bricks to start. I'm going to talk about my hop options. We're going to go ahead and track that out. I wish I had my 6.5 pounds of hops in already. I'd be selecting from some of the nice new stuff. Oh man, and my gallon of water got sat out overnight, so I'm going to have to get some other frozen stuff into the water and get creative later. I got Centennial. Not a huge fan of using Centennial. Got the Nugget. Nugget's pretty nice. I'm not going much. Sads. This is going to have that Baltic Porter kind of. Let's go with Sads. I like Sads. Kind of Baltic. Or they use it in Baltic Porter is what I was trying to say. I got this to make Stella, but I've already done that once. And to be honest, I'm not a big Stella kind of guy, but they did turn out really good and clear. It was awesome. I don't need to cut that open. What am I doing? Just like, all right, let me get the scissors out. Go ahead, snap this open. No. So with Saz, the alpha acid is 4. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll go 1 ounce of Saz at the boil. I don't even have to do that. I could literally skip that step. It doesn't need the bitter. If anything, maybe I don't want it to be bitter, because that's going to take away from the sweetness aspect. So what I might do is just do 170 edition, 1 ounce of Saz. Or even like half an ounce at the boil. Nah. You know what? I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to just skip it, and I'm just going to put an ounce in with some cinnamon at the very end, in hopes that it backs that cinnamon, funk, earthy tone. Let's read the floral flavors of the Saz hop from my book, Homebrew Beer, Dirty Kid Edition, written by, doesn't say, very rude how they printed that. It just says Homebrew Beer. What is this, by DK Books? Okay, whatever. Guess not. It's just a senior editor. Bob. Alright, fine. Okay, so hops. Let's see. Saz? No way, it's already at 10. That's insane. That was the fastest come up on water yet. I think I have to stick to doing it this way for now. Alright, so our hour has begun. See, that wasn't a long come up, but it did extract some sugars while it was getting to that temperature. And the low temperatures do some crazy shit. Okay, so earthy, herbal, floral. Let's see, I had Centennial. That was the other option. Lemon, herbal, resinous. Herbal, resin. No, don't really want lemon. Lemon, cinnamon. I mean, it could be good, but no. I wish I had my Mount Hood. Herbal, grapefruit, lemon, blackcurrant, spicy floral. There's even one with cinnamon flavor. So what we're doing, SADs. Earthy, herbal, floral. Let's hope that earthy and that herbal, let's hope the earthy comes through first and the herbal and the floral kind of like just a nice like light background, and as it ages that goes away and it just keeps that cinnamon like I'm contemplating like using maple. I was eyeballing the shit out of this section at the Lidl. They had cinnamon flavored maple syrup, organic, and I was waiting for them to do this number like they did with this. Got this for $2.79. I bought like 4 bottles. And I was waiting for them to do that with the cinnamon, and like it was there for Christmas, and right about mid-January they threw up all the Valentine's Day stuff, and somebody took it away. Just, I don't know if they tossed it or they were just like, nobody bought a single bottle. I would have bought fucking 4 of them, and I'd be putting them in there. But I can't very well see myself using pumpkin spice maple syrup because I don't want any weird like allspice flavors or ginger flavors. I want cinnamon, and cinnamon maybe with a little bit of herbal, a little bit of floral, and a tiny taste of coffee. That's about as far as I'm willing to go with the cinnamon. Again, if it tastes like a cinnamon latte, I'll take it. That's better than a damn cinnamon bun. Cinnamon cake, yeah, I don't know. I've never really. What the hell is a cinnamon cake? Like a coffee cake? I don't know. Can't think of a time I've had an actual cinnamon cake. And brown sugar could be another addition I could consider. Also molasses, also date syrup, or dextrose. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm all grain brewing. I'm just trying to get. I want to be as pure as possible. I'm going to do a German purity beer very soon. I promise. So this was all deionized water in here also. So let's just see what the pH has turned into with the addition of all this stuff. I don't usually mess with water pH, but we're going to see what it is. Because I got this nice handy dandy thing from Amazon. They offered me a $30 gift card for a 5-star review, and then Amazon like gaslit my review for fucking 3 months. So I never got the $30 gift card. It was only like $10. It works. They got powder you can do to adjust it or whatever, but it's been right on the money every time. Like I put it on, if you put it in tap water and it tells you it's like over 7, pretty much it's legit, it's working. You put it in, say, sanitizer water, it should show 2.5. No, I don't want to do that and then this. We'll just pull a sample. I don't need to, I'm gonna boil it, see? This is like, people get this weird like OCD-ness about like sanitizing fucking everything that goes in here before it ever hits the boiling stage. You don't need to worry about it. I mean, let's see what our pH is. If it's a high pH, that's good. It's a little low. Stir in and see if that doesn't change a bit. Got a low pH, 4.8, 4.87. Okay. And we want more like a 6 or 7 pH. Now, how can I raise the pH naturally? I mean, I could just not worry about it. I've never worried about this before. I'm just going to do what I always do. And I wish I had a bottle of spring water or a bottle of reverse osmosis on hand. At the moment, I don't. Girlfriend's got all the waters in the back of the car. I'm lazy. We get like 40 gallons at once. I mean, we knock out 12 with 2 of these. And then I got a bunch of just like empty water bottles because I was buying spring and distilled water at first. It was like 89 cents to $1.05 per bottle. It's insane. 40 cents a gallon is what I'm willing to spend, and not a penny more anymore. But I take that back. If they raise the price of bottle your own water, I'm not going to go, well, I'm not buying it. I'm just going to use tap water? Hell no. Buy bottled water? I mean, only if bottle your own water is more expensive. I don't see that happening. All right, let me shut up and figure out what I can do here. I'm going to put some of this in there. And it ain't going to take much. And that doesn't mean that my pH is going to go, woo! They're even showing, I don't know that it'll even make a difference pH-wise. But it's got all the amino acids and all the minerals in it. So my thought process there is, it's good for everybody. Everybody. It's a win-win. It's a win for the beer. It's a win for the people. It's a win for the yeast. It's nutrition for the yeast. It's nutrition for the people. It's nutrition for the blank water slate that has no minerals or in it at all. So I think I'm going to dig in there. Normally I dig in there with this little bugger picker. I'm going to dig in there with my chef knife because it's so... I could add a spray of water like once because it's like so thick and it's been so cold. It's lost a lot of tar quality that it had, and now it's more like almost like a hardened plastic. Nothing wrong with that. This jar cost me about, well, actually my girlfriend bought this jar. Cost her about $60 online. If you're interested in it, it's called Pure Himalayan Shilajit. I started taking it because I was having like anxiety for no reason at all. Just like literally like sitting there in place, you know, doing nothing and just like it was like a damn couple of hamsters in my gut running a race, or like 10 butterflies trying to dance. I don't know. I'm out of analogies there. Just gonna go ahead and plug it that right in. I can already smell that cinnamon. That's good. So it's down in there. It's getting stirred around. The water's nice and warm, so it'll dissolve. It ain't gonna read any sort of pH difference right away. Well, I want to see this just for science purposes. If it does bring the pH up, if it does, then hell yeah. I mean, I got gypsum and baking soda, but that, do you really, I mean, I don't want that in my beer. Do you want it in your beer? Shilajit, okay, its Western name is mineral pitch. Comes from about the 20,000 foot level, 20,000 feet above sea level in the mountain ranges of the Himalayas, but also other high mountain ranges in South America. Can't think of any of the names of those because I've never actually looked them up, but I know they exist, and I know they get it from there too. So it comes from organic matter from thousands of years ago when the mountains were forming, I guess, or whatever. The rocks getting pushed together and squeezing all this organic matter together, and then over time it turned it into this weird tar. And so people go way up there and they scrape a bunch off and they take it down in pots like this and they boil it and they pasteurize it, I guess. Maybe they don't boil it, maybe they just pasteurize it. So that it has all the minerals and all the amino acids. Obviously there's probably varying levels, I mean, but it's got gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper, cobalt, iridium, palladium, and then every amino acid out there known to man. I don't know any of the names of the amino acids. Anywho, it's good stuff. You put a bead, very small bead, in a glass of water, and you stir it and stir it and stir it. And eventually, you get this. It tastes like oolong tea after you get done. If you're just drinking it in a glass of water. So with my panic attacks, we'll call them, my anxiety out of nowhere. I mean, I drink coffee every morning. Usually, I skip a day here and there, but I mean, I wasn't stopping my coffee. I was drinking a glass of this and then having a glass of coffee. And maybe the coffee is part of the anxiety, but it went away the first day I drank this stuff. And I swear by it. And I've had, like anything, moderation. You do something too much, like, I mean, come on, we all like to chug beers here. You chug beer enough, you're going to get kind of immune to it. It's not always a bad thing if you got to go to a drinking contest, I guess. But it's good to detox and things. So with that, I noticed after about 3 or 4 months of doing it every single day religiously, it just kind of became a habitual, daily habit that didn't really seem to be making any difference. So I put it away, and then that was probably like summer of last year, and then by about October, I started getting the anxiety attacks again. So here and there, but also in my beer, so I don't have to religiously do it. I don't do it every morning. I do it like maybe once or twice a week at this point, just to kind of keep up and keep the stuff. But I'm also now eating Irish moss. I have a couple teaspoons of that in the morning, followed by, I mean, it's like a gel, and it's got a lot of minerals in it. It's promoted by a guy called Dr. CV. That's a rabbit hole. I'm not going to talk about Dr. CV here. I could be talking for an hour, and you still wouldn't really know a whole lot about the guy. He cured like every disease. He was taken to court by some FDA or maybe the CDC or maybe just a group of doctors because he was saying he could cure cancer. And he proved to the court that all disease comes from mucus. What temp is the pizza need to be cooked at?
I have no idea.
All right, we'll put it on
Got some random ass shit.
So anyway, let's see if the pH went up, and then it'll take me a little break. This has got 3 hours and 47 minutes on this little timer. Not that I'm going to go 3 hours and 47 minutes. I'm going to go at least 47 minutes before and I'll check it in 17 minutes and see where the bricks are. Maybe I'll check it right after I check this to report what the bricks are right now. So let's see. 5 now. So it does. It did bring it up a little bit. Let's put some more in there maybe. Get it to like 6. Let's see what the bricks are. Tiny little bead. Hopefully it helps.
That's fucking shit. I don't know, fucking AC.
Wow. Alright. 7 bricks now. So it has extracted some sugar. Alright. Well, break time, but I'll bring you guys back on. Let's see. What's the time it is? 7:39. We started 15 minutes ago, approximately. 40 minus 15 is 25. 7:25. So 8:25. 8:30. I'll be back at 8:30. We'll be checking the bricks on this. I'll show you guys the bricks. And I'm going to add some more Shilajit and get the pH up at least to 5.5. Not that I care that much. All right. See you guys at 8:30.